Influencer Wars: The Fight for Number One by David Russo. Chapter 1: The Invitation. At exactly 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time, 100 phones lit up simultaneously across the world. The notification was simple, unsettling. Stream HQ has sent you a message. Are you ready to become number one? You've been selected. The world will be watching. No branding, no hashtags, no explanation. Within minutes, Twitter was on fire. Reddit threads exploded. Group chats buzzed with confusion and envy. Influencers, big and small, some with 10 million followers, others with barely 100,000, had all received the same message, the chosen ones. Most were skeptical at first. Was it a hack? A prank? But then the follow-up email came. A sleek black and silver Evite with the header, "Welcome to the stream. You have 24 hours to accept." Beneath it, the prize was listed. One winner. Lifetime platform priority. Global brand deals. Access to unreleased monetization tools. And the title, the number one influencer in the world. Most accepted immediately. The arrivals began 3 days later. Private jets, discreet black SUVs, ocean views. The stream was real. An island roughly the size of Manhattan, somewhere in the South Pacific. Every corner had been designed for spectacle. Vine-wrapped cliffs, perfect for drone shots, neon-lit beach cabanas, and fully wired media village built for maximum connectivity. There were cameras everywhere, some visible, most not. Influencers were household in creator cabins, chic bungalows, named after emojis. Each came with the basics: ring lights, editing suites, aesthetic decor, and a fridge stocked with energy drinks and niche snacks tailored to their brand. Vegan jerky for the activists, pre-workout gummies for the gym bros, matcha kits for the minimalist girlies. It was like Coachella had a baby with a tech cult, and everyone wanted to be the favorite child. Day one wasn't a party. It was a test. No schedule, no producers, no idea what came next. Some started filming TikToks immediately, turning slow spins in the tropical sun, hashtags flying off their lips. Others huddled in pairs, forming early alliances, whispering about who was overrated and who was underrated. Then at precisely noon, the sky changed. Massive holograms lit up in the air above the island, clear even in broad daylight. A logo bloomed like a flower. The stream in glitchy. Fluid text, a synthetic female voice rang out, warm and robotic. "Welcome, creators. You are now live." Phones vibrated in unison. Each screen displayed a number: 0 followers, 0 likes, 0 comments. Your old platforms are paused. Your audience is watching from the stream. Starting now, every post, every moment, every decision will determine your rank. Confusion turned to adrenaline. Your first challenge begins in 30 minutes. Prepare to go viral or vanish. A countdown appeared, 29:59. And just like that, the game had begun. In cabin, Sasha Ray, known to her fans as at that mental health girl, closed her eyes and took a slow, grounding breath. She hadn't posted in 2 days, not because she didn't want to, but because her last video, a raw confession about burnout, had been drowned out by a celebrity breakup. "Be real," she whispered to herself. "Just be real." In cabin, across the compound, at Jaden.xoxo, flipped her platinum ponytail and examined her flawless reflection. She had 8.7 million followers before the stream reset everything. She wasn't planning to lose to a girl who cried on camera for clout. "I didn't come here to make friends," she muttered, applying her fourth layer of highlighter. "I came to win." 30 minutes later, 100 creators stood barefoot in the jungle set, lush, damp, crawling with LED lit props, and hidden grow pros. The voice return. Challenge 1. Viral or vanish. You have 10 minutes to plan and 1 minute to shoot. No retakes, no filters. Top 10 will be featured. Bottom 10 eliminated. Gasps, whispers, panic. The voice paused. The audience is watching. Impress them. Then silence, except for the rising sound of 100 notifications going live. Let the clicks begin. Chapter 2. Viral or Vanish. The jungle set pulsed with light. Fake vines hung from rusted scaffolding. A neon snake blinked from a branch. Fog rolled in, pushed by hidden vents. The air smelled like damp moss and warm metal. Scattered throughout the set were piles of strange objects, a broken ukulele, glitter paint, a rubber chicken, a ring light with a cracked bulb, a GoPro zip tied to a drone, a mannequin head wearing a top hat. And the timer kept ticking down, 9:43. They scrambled. Influencers sprinted in every direction, arms flailing for props. A vlogger in a bucket hat elbowed a fashion creator over a smoke machine. A lifestyle couple bickered over a tripod. A gamer tripped over a jungle vine trying to grab a puppet. The cameras didn't miss a second. At Sasha Ray ignored the chaos. She moved slowly, deliberately, found a moss-covered log and sat on it. Around her, people were building bits, frantically constructing makeshift skits, painting their faces, juggling fruit. Sasha picked up the broken ukulele and strummed it, once, out of tune, but charming. She looked into the lens of her phone, quiet, centered. "Hi," she said softly. "I want to talk about the voices we ignore." She started playing not a song, but a slow rhythm, a pulse. Then she spoke, almost a whisper, telling a story about her younger brother's struggle with anxiety. No hashtags, no dramatic cuts, just her, the jungle, and the sound of breathing. Across the set, at Jaden, XOXO, stood on a rock, wrapped in fox snake skin, glitter dripping from her eyes like tears. A ring light cast a halo around her head. "I am the queen of this jungle," she shouted, "and you are all just comments waiting to be deleted." She struck a pose. Thunder FX boomed behind her. The rubber chicken flew past her shoulder, tossed by an off-screen prankster. She didn't flinch. She smiled wide. Perfect teeth. Chapter 3. Alliances and Algorithms. The jungle set was dismantled overnight. By morning, it had been replaced by something sleeker, colder, a glass-paneled plaza overlooking the ocean with long mirrored benches and sleek LED-lit confessionals labeled Go Live. The vibe had shifted from influencer playground to digital battlefield, and everyone felt it. The first challenge had broken the illusion. No one was safe. Followers reset every morning. Real-time likes were the currency now, and every post, every word, every look could shift your fate. People started grouping up. It began with the gamers. They claimed the top row of the creator cabins, which they called the stream deck, mostly Twitch converts and YouTubers. They wore ironic shirts and drank protein coffee at 3 a.m. They gamed together, but more importantly, they strategized. "I ran a heat map on Sasha's video," whispered at Wraith Walker, a speedrunner with an encyclopedic mind and icy stare. The moment she cried, engagement doubled. "So we cry now?" asked at Trigger Tess, laughing through a vape cloud. "No," he said, "we engineer authenticity." On the other side of the island, the beauty gurus formed a glamorously tense hive called the Glow House. They filmed tutorials at golden hour, cross-tagged religiously, and rehearsed shade disguised as support. Your winged liner is so brave, purred, act-blitzed by Kira, but tension brewed. Most of them had coasted through the first challenge barely. The algorithm had favored storytelling over aesthetics, and worse, the fan pages had noticed. Where's the realness? All filters, no feelings. Bring back Sasha. A crack was forming, and they knew it. In the middle stood the activists, booktubers, vloggers, and niche creators. An awkward shift coalition known unofficially as the Unbrandables. They didn't fit in, but they were starting to gain traction. They gathered around fire pits at night, trading stories and fears. This place is like if an algorithm got feelings and decided to play God, said at Eli _ annotated, a soft-spoken booktuber with 12,000 pre-stream followers and a library tattoo. He looked at the glowing screen near the main plaza. It displayed a pulsing graphic, an amorphous cloud of shifting colors and numbers. Beneath it, a caption in sleek, coded font, The Pulse, real-time emotion metrics, viewer sentiment tracking. What does that even mean? Someone asked. It means the algorithm isn't just watching what we post, Sasha said quietly. It's watching how we make people feel. That night, during dinner hour, the platform released a bombshell. The Pulse is now active. Content will now rank higher based on viewer trust, emotional resonance, self-awareness. Shock value has been deprioritized. Suddenly, prank videos plummeted. Overly polished product plugs got shadow dropped. The people rising weren't the loudest. They were the ones showing cracks. One clip, a quiet, unedited video of a small-time creator talking about being homesick, went viral overnight. 2.3 million likes, 6 million shares. Pound, let them feel. The comment section was filled with crying emojis, paragraphs of support, and one repeated phrase, finally, someone real. The next morning, an emergency town hall was called. Everyone was summoned to the plaza. The ocean glinted behind the stage. A holographic version of the Pulse hovered above them like a god. This is your new reality, said the voice overhead. Engagement without resonance will not sustain you. Perform less, feel more, or fall. Sasha looked around. Some were nodding, especially the niche creators. But others, especially the former top dogs, looked like they'd been punched. Who decides what's real? Kira muttered, crossing her arms. Not you anymore, said Bugsy from the crowd, sipping coconut water through a paper straw. The Pulse does. A ripple of laughter, a hint of fear. They all looked up at the swirling, breathing code above them. It wasn't just watching, it was judging. Chapter 4, Cancel Culture Clash. It started with a whisper and a screenshot. On day 9, as contestants prepared for a Rebuild Your Brand mini challenge, a trending post hit the stream's global feed. Breaking. Did @NovaRay delete these tweets before the stream began? Screenshots don't lie. Pound receipts. Pound not so woke now. 3 images. Dated tweets. One-liner from 5 years ago. Sarcastic, edgy, offensive. The post exploded. Buy breakfast. Pound Nova exposed was the #1 tag on the platform. Not just trending, engulfing. Thousands of viewers were flooding the comments, calling for answers, demanding accountability. Some demanded her removal. Others demanded her redemption. No one was silent. @NovaRay, a popular queer activist known for her sharp takes and pastel aesthetic, sat in stunned silence outside her cabin, her hands shaking over her phone. I thought I deleted everything, she said, to no one in particular. They were jokes, stupid jokes. I was 19. Bugsy sat beside her, handing her boba tea. Doesn't matter if it's old. Doesn't matter if it was irony. What matters, he said gently, is that people are watching now and watching how you respond. That night, the stream changed the game. A new alert came through all devices in bold red. New feature unlocked. The Reckoning live debate. A glass-paneled amphitheater was assembled by morning, sharp lights, elevated seating, a circular stage with microphones at its center. The players were told nothing except, be ready to confront the past. Sasha called it digital court. Wraith called it content warfare. Bugsy called it inevitable. The first subject, Nova. The voice spoke overhead, smooth and brutal. Contestant at Nova Ray has been flagged by the audience for historical behavior. At Juna Jams has submitted the challenge. A live dialogue will commence. Your reactions will be recorded. The pulse will determine outcome. Gasps rippled through the amphitheater. At Juno Jams, a small musician turned influencer with 400,000 followers pre-stream stood visibly uncomfortable. I didn't do this to destroy anyone, they said. I just think if we're being rewarded for authenticity, it should include accountability. Nova stepped into the circle. The crowd leaned in. Those tweets are wrong, she said. I was wrong. I won't make excuses, but I will say I've grown. Everything I post now, everything I stand for, comes from unlearning the mindset. Who taught you? Asked Juno. That same internet that's calling me out now, she replied, and honestly, I'm grateful. The pulse pulsed above them, first red, then amber, then soft blue. 89% viewer sentiment. Receptive. Follower count, plus 212,000 in 24 hours. Emotional impact score, high. The audience approved, but the game has changed. In the following days, a wave of reckoning swept the stream. Creators began posting confessionals voluntarily or not. One tearfully owned up to using bots years ago. Another talked about past bullying behavior. A wellness guru admitted their last brand deal had been fake. Everyone was suddenly in a rush to own their mess before someone else did. Redemption became strategy. Not everyone played it sincerely. At Leo Burns, the charming fitness coach, posted a 2-minute apology about his party boy phase, with grainy clips of clubbing days and captions like, not proud of who I was, but proud of who I've become. Fans ate it up. The post rewarded it. His follower count doubled. I think we're creating villains and saints in the same breath, Sasha whispered during a group dinner, and the only difference is editing. Bugsy nodded. Redemption arcs get more likes than takedowns now. That's the new hack. On day 12, a new scoreboard went live. Each creator now had a transparency score. High transparency boosted visibility. Low transparency risk of shadow bans or forced reckoning. All past behavior could be called into rear view by anyone at any time. The arena had changed. Cancel culture wasn't cancellation anymore. It was content. It was currency, and no one could tell who was being honest or just performing the best version of regret. Chapter 5. Love, Lies, and Live Streams. Day 14. Everything changed with a kiss. Well, not quite a kiss. More like a slow lean-in, camera perfect, breath held, almost touch between at Leo Burns, the fitness coach with a smile built for thumbnails, and at Emery Reads, the quiet booktuber who rarely spoke above a whisper. It happened at sunset during a joint challenge. Two creators, one story, a duet task where contestants had to co-create a piece of emotional content. They chose a minimalist romance skit, a missed connection, train station, poetic voiceover. At the end of the scene, they improvised. Leo leaned in, Emery didn't move. The moment hovered for one breathless second, then cut to black. The pulse exploded. OMG, are they a thing? That kiss. I felt that in my soul. Protect Emery at all costs. Within hours, Pound Leo and Emery was trending across the stream. Edits appeared within the day. Fan pages launched overnight. Their duet hit 5 million likes in under 6 hours. Both of their follower counts doubled. Their transparency scores off the charts. But not everyone was cheering. In cabin, Wraith Walker narrowed his eyes at the feed. He planned that, he muttered. I guarantee it. Leo's a strategy bro, said Tess, flipping through comment threads. He's not in love, he's in Final Five mode. Wraith opened a folder on his tablet, screenshots of Leo's past streams. He tapped on one from 3 months before the stream. In it, Leo joked about using romantic tension to grow engagement. It wasn't a smoking gun, but it was close. Meanwhile, in cabin, Emery sat at the edge of her bed, stunned. She wasn't acting. That moment had felt real, at least to her. But the attention was overwhelming. Messages flooded in. Some sweet, some possessive, some disturbingly intense. If he hurts you, we riot. We're living for your softness, Queen. This better not be fake. She wasn't sure what was worse, the idea that Leo had staged it or the idea that he hadn't, but the world would never believe her. 3 days later, the stream introduced a twist. New challenge, couple content. Pair up, your partner is your mirror. Together, build a shared story. The Pulse will evaluate chemistry, collaboration, and sincerity. Contestants scrambled. A few true connections emerged. Others looked more like alliances in costume. Leo and Emery teamed up again. Bugsy paired with a sarcastic painter. Sasha unexpectedly partnered with Juno, the musician who had once exposed Nova. I think we both know what it's like to be scrutinized, Sasha said quietly as they brainstormed. Their video, a haunting duet about regret and rebirth, set to a stripped-down piano loop. No flirting, no hand-holding, just truth. And it worked. But then the triangle started. At Nico Pranks, the wildcard prankster and chaos agent began posting cryptic content. Some people fall in love, others fall for strategy. Slow zoom of Leo exiting Emery's cabin at 3 a.m. Caption, you all sure he's not doing this for the win? Pound just saying. Pound open your eyes. The audience split again. Fan edits turned sour. Conspiracy theories took hold. A leaked DM from Leo surfaced, joking about maybe throwing in a kiss or two if we end up paired. It wasn't damning, but it didn't help. The pulse dimmed. Their trust scores dropped. Viewers started voting with suspicion instead of support. And Emery, she stood going live. Sasha found her by the water on the morning of day 19, sitting barefoot in the tide. They think I'm faking, Emery said softly. Or worse, they think I don't know I'm being used. Sasha didn't reply right away. She just sat beside her, pulling her knees to her chest. Truth is, Sasha said finally, this place turns everything into content, even the stuff that's real. Emery nodded. Somewhere above them, the pulse hummed, dim but present. still watching, still calculating, still hungry. Chapter 6. The Followers' Revolt. The first protest didn't come from a creator. It came from a comment. This is getting sick. These people need sleep, not story arcs. Top comment on a live stream. Liked 2.4 million times. The video was of Bugsy collapsing mid-recording. He'd been awake for 36 hours, trying to finish a 3-part comedy docuseries with a hand puppet named Clout Rat. Funny, absurd, hugely popular, until it wasn't. The camera didn't cut when he fell. It zoomed. That moment, his body slumped over, still wearing sunglasses and half a banana costume, was clipped, looped, and reposted across every platform with the hashtag #PoundFreeThe100. At first, it was a joke, but then it grew. Activists outside the stream's digital ecosystem picked it up. Internet watchdogs, mental health nonprofits, anti-surveillance groups. They started calling the game unethical, exploitative, even dystopian. They're sleep-deprived, emotionally manipulated. Their worst moments are being broadcast for engagement points. This isn't a competition, it's a behavioral experiment. People began asking questions. Were the creators allowed to leave? Were they being paid? What were the mental health protections in place? The stream offered no answers, just more content. Until the backlash hit the numbers. Engagement dipped. Viewer trust scores dropped across the board. Even the pulse slowed, like it was holding its breath. And then, for the first time since the competition began, the stream gave in. A new alert flashed across all creator devices. System update. Fan-powered immunity activated. Each round, viewers may now vote to protect one creator from elimination. Only one. Use your influence wisely. The announcement triggered chaos. Strategies had to shift immediately. Content became less about algorithmic manipulation and more about winning affection. It wasn't just about staying interesting. It was about staying beloved. Sasha, whose calm vulnerability had made her a crowd favorite early on, saw her numbers soar again. Fans launched entire movements on her behalf. Pound save Sasha. Pound protect the empaths. Pound mental health matters more than metrics. Meanwhile, Leo, once a golden boy, fell hard. The leaked DM about staged kisses had become a meme. Fan edits turned bitter. His trust score tanked. We don't do fake love anymore. Let him lift weights in peace, but not in the final 5. Don't reward manipulation. Even Bugsy, after his collapse, saw a spike in protective sentiment. A video titled, "Let Bugsy Nap," hit 10 million likes in 2 days. Fan-powered immunity changed everything. During the next elimination challenge, an unpolished, in-camera rant called "Your Stream, Your Voice," Sasha performed a raw, tear-filled monologue about burnout, boundaries, and the cost of commodifying identity. She was voted most protected. No one could touch her that round. In contrast, Nico, the prankster who had stirred chaos between Leo and Emery, ranked near the bottom. His followers, once loyal, had turned one post red. "You were funny until you were cruel." He was eliminated that night. Afterward, in a rare private moment, behind the creator cabins, Juno whispered to Bugsy, "This place was designed to strip us down for entertainment, but now the audience wants us to stand back up." Bugsy raised an eyebrow. Rebellion as rebrand. Maybe, but maybe it's also real. Above them, the pulse was shifting again, no longer bright and volatile, now dimmer, slower, hesitating. Even the algorithm seemed unsure of who was in control. Chapter 7. The Mass Unfollow. It was supposed to be a stunt. On day 22, the stream teased a global blackout event, a mysterious, unannounced twist where all feeds would go dark for 24 hours. The creators were told nothing, only to prepare something unforgettable for when the lights came back on. The producers thought it would build tension. Instead, it lit the fuse. At precisely midnight UTC, every creator's stream cut to static. No challenges, no content, no alerts, just white noise and a countdown, 24. The internet imploded. Without new content to chew on, fan pages grew restless. Conspiracy threads flourished. Leaks trickled out, mostly fake. Claims that a contestant had died, that Sasha had quit, that the Pulse had gone rogue. By hour 7, a new hashtag surged to the top. #We are the content. A thread on Reddit gained traction. They blacked out the creators so we'd focus on the brand. But we're the ones keeping this machine alive. Not them, not the Pulse, us. Then came the call to action. Unfollow them, all of them. Let's break the game. It started slow, then surged like a tidal wave. By hour 14 of the blackout, 20 creators had lost over 80% of their followers. Bot accounts deactivated, fan pages vanished, streams scheduled for after the blackout were canceled by sponsors mid-contract. A few creators, especially those known for drama baiting, saw their follower counts dip into the negative net. One, @Queen Chef Zoe, woke up to her public follower counter flashing in red. Previous followers, 3.2 M. Current followers, 482K. Trust score, critical. She screamed, not for the cameras, there were none. Just her and a screen. When the blackout lifted, the world was different. The Pulse was sluggish, tired as if it had consumed too much artificial drama and was now choking on it. The leaderboard refreshed, and for the first time since the game began, the top 5 had changed entirely. No more beauty gurus, no more pranksters. The content that rose to the surface was slower, quieter, less performative. A short video of a contestant painting alone, narrating softly about grief. A raw recording of a former teacher reflecting on burnout and broken systems. A poem about the loneliness of internet fame, read in one take with bad lighting and no music. A time-lapse of someone silently building a bench from scrap wood, captioned, "For when I finally get to go home." They weren't flashy, they weren't optimized, they were real, or at least they felt that way. That night, Bugsy sat by the shore with Emery, passing a cracked tablet back and forth. "You see what's happening?" he asked. "They're bored of chaos," Emery said. "They want meaning." "They want themselves," Bugsy said, mirrored back. "Not exaggeration, not edited, just seen." Emery smiled faintly. So they unfollowed the noise and followed the quiet. Sasha joined them, barefoot and windswept, holding a notebook filled with handwritten entries. "I think the game is collapsing," she said softly, "not because it's broken, but because the audience finally looked away." Bugsy nodded. "And when no one's watching, what are we?" They sat in silence as the sky darkened and the Pulse dimmed even further above them. Not gone, but quieter now. And maybe for the first time listening. Chapter 8. Betrayal in the Spotlight. It started with a ping. Every contestant got it at the same time. 4:07 a.m. A system-wide alert from the stream. Short and sharp. Incoming drop. Private communication leaked. Source, confessional suite log, pound 443-B. Subject, coordinated sabotage. Viewer access unlocked. Within minutes, the clip went live on the global feed. No editing, no context, just raw footage of three creators. At Glitzed by Kira, at Brands Boss, and at Leo Burns in a dimly lit confessional. Kira, she's playing the mental health card again. Please. Brands, softness wins now. So let's flood the feed with personal trauma. Make hers irrelevant. Leo, all we have to do is out-sympathy Sasha or discredit her. Either way, we take her down. The internet imploded. Pound sabotage Sasha. Pound unfollow the fakes. Pound Leo is over party. Pound let them be vulnerable. The betrayal wasn't just personal. It was performative. The audience had chosen Sasha as a symbol of authenticity. Watching others try to fracture that, coldly, strategically, felt like betrayal beyond the game. It was betrayal of the ideal. Sasha didn't speak for 12 hours. She stayed off her feed, declined interviews, left group chats unread. Bugsy, who'd become her unofficial confidant, found her sitting on the floor of the editing suite, staring at a paused clip of herself crying in a previous challenge. I knew it, she said finally, her voice paper thin. I knew they were faking it, but hearing it out loud? Bugsy sat down beside her, wordless. I didn't come here to win, Sasha said. I came here because I thought if I showed people who I really was, maybe I'd finally be safe. She looked up at the pulse, hovering above them. Dim, blue, sluggish, almost ashamed. I was wrong. By the next day, the stream issued an unprecedented penalty. All parties involved in the leak have been disqualified from officials' rankings. Any use of emotional sabotage will now result in immediate expulsion. Kira was sent home. Brands, too. Leo, however, was allowed to stay for now, but stripped of sponsor perks, stream privileges, and algorithmic boosts. I want to fix it, he told the camera in a post-scandal stream. I made a mistake. I let the game get to me, but no one bought it. Not anymore. His follower count dropped by 72% in 2 days. His transparency score plummeted to system warning. Comments flooded his feed, cold and final. We don't forgive actors who forget they're still human. You had us, then you used us. In the fallout, something else surfaced. Fake engagement bots. It began with an audit, quiet at first, then exposed live by a rival contestant during the Build Your Legacy challenge. A soft-spoken creator named @PaintedMoss, who had largely stayed out of the drama, presented evidence. Screenshots of suspicious engagement spikes, identical comment strings, bot IDs from known farms. The target @Roxy TV, a lifestyle creator who'd miraculously jumped into the top 10 overnight. All her growth came in 36 hours. Moss said quietly, the same day Leo fell. She filled the vacuum with numbers that weren't real. Roxy denied it, but the stream didn't. They responded swiftly. New rule? All followers must be real. All metrics must be organic. Violators will be purged. Roxy was deleted from the platform by nightfall. Not eliminated, deleted. Her account vanished. Her face removed from archives. Her name scrubbed from the pulse. The mood on the island shifted. What had once felt like a game, chaotic, addictive, performative, now felt surgical, clinical, dangerous. Trust wasn't just fragile now. It was currency, and no one had enough of it. Chapter 9, The Final Five. The morning after the purge, 5 creators stood on the main platform, exhausted, changed, and very aware they were the last ones left. No music played, no confetti, just a quiet sunrise and the announcement. Final 5 confirmed. Prepare your final upload. 10-minute documentary, Why I Deserve to Be Number 1. There was no cheering, no victory dances. The audience knew it, and so did the creators. This wasn't about content anymore. It was about character. The finalists. At Sasha Speaks. The advocate who never meant to go viral, who broke down on day 3 and never apologized for it. Her journey from raw, trembling honesty to fierce resilience was the emotional backbone of the season. Fans called her the heart of the stream. At Wraith Walker, the gamer who initially played to win, who ran strategy maps and clipped others' feeds for insight, but somewhere along the way he dropped the armor. His streams had grown quiet, thoughtful. His latest uploads were long walks and whispered narrations about loneliness and identity. At Emery Reads, the quiet booktuber, once caught in a manipulated romance arc, who had retreated from the spotlight and emerged stronger. She stopped speaking in hashtags. Her last video was just her reading aloud from a book she'd written but never published. This is not the end. At Bugsy, LOL, the comedic wild card who had collapsed mid-episode but came back with the most human arc of them all. He stopped making skits. He started sharing stories, real ones, about growing up poor, about anxiety, about wanting to be seen, not laughed at. And at Memi Jean, the unpredictable editor and meme artist who had turned satire into truth. Her layered, chaotic montages, once viewed as noise, had evolved into sharp critiques of platform culture. If you stare long enough at your own clout, she wrote in one, you'll mistake it for a soul. 5 creators, 5 different paths, none of them looked like the people who entered the stream on day 1. The assignment was clear. Tell the world why you deserve to be number 1. No cuts, no help, no second takes. Each contestant was given a camera, a hard drive, and 72 hours. Sasha wandered to the cliffs. Wraith filmed under the stars. Bugsy stayed in the confessional room, talking to himself and no one else. Emery disappeared for a day, then reemerged with a single line scribbled on her palm, "Don't flinch." And Memi Jean filled an entire wall with digital clippings before even hitting record. The pulse was silent. No likes, no rankings, no interference. For the first time, the stream stepped back and the creators, they spoke. One by one, the documentaries were released. Bugsy was raw, filmed in one take, no background music, no edits. He talked about imposter syndrome, about the thrill and terror of going viral, about how comedy had become a shield he couldn't put down. I came here to be funny, he said. I'm leaving because I finally stopped pretending I'm okay. Wraiths was quiet, mostly voiceover, overshots of the ocean, the platform, his empty bunk. They told me to game the system, he whispered. So I did, and then I realized the system was just a mirror. He paused. I don't want to win. I want to matter. Memi Jeans was a digital fever dream. Flashing text, glitch guts, spoken word layered over archived clips of viral meltdowns. But beneath the chaos, there was a message. You asked us to perform. We did. Now ask yourselves why it entertained you. Emery's was a filmed reading, 10 minutes of her original writing, tears rolling down her cheeks as she read a passage about finding peace in silence. It was a stark, beautiful, unflinching. And Sasha's? It was just her, sitting under a tree, eyes red, voice calm. I don't want to be number one, she said. I want to know that being real didn't make me disposable. That soft isn't the opposite of strong. That vulnerability can win. 10 minutes, no edits. Then she turned off the camera. Voting opened at midnight. 1 vote per person. No likes, no follows, just a choice. Who moved you? Who mattered most? Who in the end felt real? Chapter 10, Number 1. It took 24 hours for the world to vote. More than 312 million people cast their final choice. No likes, no comments, just one question. Who deserves to be number 1? The voting site crashed 3 times. News anchors debated outcomes like election results. Live streamers ran breakdowns on body language and narrative arcs. Reddit threads predicted twists. Some fans begged their favorites not to win. You've already given enough, they said. Go home. Then the countdown ended. A live screen appeared. 5 names forfeited. 1 only remained. Number 1, Emery reads. Total votes, 112,984,224. No scream, no dance, no confetti. Just Emery sitting alone in her cabin, arms wrapped around her knees as the announcement lit up her tablet screen. For a long moment she didn't move. Then she smiled, small, honest. I didn't think they'd choose me, she whispered. The world reacted fast. Media outlets tried to spin the win. The quiet revolution. Soft wins. Anti-influencer becomes top influencer. But Emery declined every interview. She posted just one message to her newly reactivated feed. Thank you. I'm not taking endorsements. I'm not launching merch. I'm starting a foundation instead. Media literacy, mental wellness. You deserve to know how this works before it works on you. She named it Signal Over Noise. The logo was a cracked screen with a book inside it. Within a week, she turned off her personal account, deleted all previous content except her final video, left one last pinned comment. I came to be seen. I stayed to see all of you. The rest of the finalists faded into the real world in their own ways. Sasha took a year offline, then came back as a speaker. No filters, no set pieces, just her voice. Her talk sold out worldwide. She refused to monetize the streams. Bugsy became a writer. His memoir, I Laughed Myself Open, hit the bestseller list in 4 languages. He never returned to sketch comedy. Wraith Walker went dark for good. His last message was a thank you to the fan who mailed him a handmade journal. I'm filling this instead of feeds, he wrote. Memi Jean disappeared, but her clips didn't. They kept resurfacing, now used in classrooms, film schools, even journalism courses. Nobody knew if she was still watching. Some said she was never real to begin with. As for the stream, it shut down 6 months later. Too many lawsuits, too much public pressure. The platform tried to reboot with a new algorithm. More human, they promised, but no one trusted it anymore. The post flickered out quietly. Its final transmission was just static, then silence. A year after the final, someone found a bench at the edge of a small coastal town. Carved into the backrest were 4 words. We were all watching. Underneath a plaque, in honor of those who stayed real in a world built on fiction.